Hey folks, Ted from Nerd Immersion here, and let's talk survey for Subclasses Part 5, the dragon one, if you will. And let's just jump over to it. So this is, again, I've talked about the importance of surveys before, but it seems like it didn't really resonate with a lot of people until I mentioned Onomancy. If you guys really liked the Onomancy wizard that was part of the early Unearthed Arcana, that was cut and did not ultimately make it into Tasha's Cauldron of Everything. And more often than not, about 98% of the time, if something is cut and doesn't make it into a printed book, it is gone forever and never to see the light of day again. Some of its stuff may be resampled into a future thing, but the base idea is usually scrapped. Like Onomancy, like the Psionic Wizard. So the importance of these surveys is if enough people say they like or don't like something, it will either make it or not make it, or spiritual successor of some kind, into a future book. So I very much like the Way of Ascendant Dragon Monk and the Drake Warden Ranger. I don't love Rangers. We know that. That's a thing about me. I don't love the base class, and I don't really love the way it's handled and has been handled in the past, but I do like the Drake Warden subclass. So I'm going to click this survey right here, and it's going to take me here. It says, would you like to rate the material? So I'm going to go through it and go through it as I would, just to showcase it again. You guys seem to like when I give my opinion on things and why I like and don't like things, so let's do that. Would you like to rate it? Yes. What was the first edition of D&D that you played? 3rd. Okay. Do you enjoy playing as a monk in 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons? I'm going to say yes. I did enjoy the time I played as a monk. I've had a lot of I have only played a monk once, but as I've stated in the past, I've really only played a handful of characters in 5th edition. I would love to, I still have never gotten a chance to play a rogue in any of my times playing D&D, and I actually really would like to play a monk, specifically a Way of Ascendant Dragon monk, but I would only want to do it if it was a long-running campaign so that I could really enjoy the character. That's a problem that I have a lot, not to digress here too much, but I don't get a chance to play very often, and while it is flattering and awesome to play in a one-shot with folks, it's not. I like to develop a character over time and watch to see them grow. So even if you're like, we're going to play level 16 one-shot, that's awesome, but like it's there and it's gone again. I would love to play a high-level campaign, or even a low-level campaign that goes to high level, but I want to experience the character over time. That's where I think you truly get the most enjoyment out of it. Do you enjoy playing as a ranger in 5th edition? I'm just going to say no. I haven't played as one, but I'm saying no anyway. Have you tested the Way of Ascendant? No, I have not. How are you feeling about it overall? I'm very satisfied. Let's look. Draconic Discipline. What was that? That is, you can choose to deal an extra type of damage when you deal an unarmed strike. You speak Draconic, and if you fail Intimidation or Persuasion check, you can use a reaction to reroll the check as you tap into the mighty presence of dragons. How do you feel about that? I'm satisfied with Draconic Disciple. I don't love it. Breath of the Dragon, the fact that you can use your breath weapon, do a breath weapon, deal extra damage in a radius as a monk, and it increases over time. I'm going to say I'm very satisfied with that. Wings Unfurled, get Draconic Wings, fly speed equals your walking speed, proficiency bonus times, and you could get it again. Yeah, very satisfied with that. Aspect of the Worm, this is the one that kind of reminds me of the Dragon Shaman from 3.5, which was one of my favorite classes. You can create an aura. Yeah, I'm going to say I'm very satisfied with the aura and Ascendant Step. Yeah, I'm just going to say I'm very satisfied with both of those. Comments on the Way of Ascended Dragon. I really like this subclass a lot. It reminds me of the Dragon Shaman from D&D 3.5, and that was one of my favorite classes. I don't see the Dragon Shaman making a comeback, So this is the next best thing. I'd love to have more aura abilities, but that doesn't really fit the monk class. Okay, have I playtested the Drake Warden? No. How am I satisfied with the Drake Warden overall? I'd say I'm satisfied, right? It's still okay. So Draconic Gift. That is where you get to speak Thaumaturgy and speak Draconic. I'm gonna say I'm dissatisfied with that. Drake Companion. This is really cool where you get the Drake in and of itself. I think it's good. I'm satisfied with that. Bond of Fang and Scale. This is it. You gain resistance. And it gets an extra movement speed and it does extra damage. I am satisfied with that. The Breath Weapon. I am satisfied with that. And Perfected Bond I'm also satisfied with. Comments on the Drake Warden archetype. Remove the limitation on how long the Drake is summoned, and just have it be there all the time, similar to the Beastmaster. If 90% of your subclass features are based on something existing, we'll put parentheses, i.e. the Drake, you shouldn't be in a scenario where you don't have access to it, therefore you can't use your subclass abilities. That's not fun to play, and I don't think having the Drake all the time is overpowered. Right, because how does it work? I forget, the Drake. It is, let's see. You can summon the Drake as an action. The Drake remains for a number of hours equal to your proficiency bonus until it is reduced to 0 hit points. When you summon it, you can't do it again till you finish a long rest unless you expend a spell slot of first level or higher. Yeah, so that's dumb. I still stand by, just keep it around all the time. How are you interested in playing these subclasses in the future? I'm very interested in playing the Way of Ascended Dragon, and I'm only slightly interested in the Drake Warden because it is still a ranger. Any additional comments? I'd love for more dragon-based classes all around. I think a dragon-packed warlock is a no-brainer, and I'm shocked that one doesn't exist already. And then I'll also say, people love dragons. If we could have a dragoon or a dragon knight fighter, that would be cool too. Again, I think the interest in these two subclasses warrant a full dragon book, something similar to a Draconomicon. I think a D&D 5e version would do extremely well. Okay, and that, I believe, is the entire survey. So there you have it, folks. That's me filling out the survey for Subclasses Part 5, the dragon-based subclasses. Again, I still stand by the way of Ascended Dragon Monk is really cool. It does a lot of different things, and I appreciate that. I do think the Drake Warden Ranger is one of the best rangers out there, but the fact that its companion is restricted to only being at most out for 2 hours, or at least out for 2 hours, at most out for 6 hours, is unfortunate, because if your entire subclass is, as I stated in the survey, is designed around you having this thing out to give you all of your abilities, and then it not being there, sucks. That would be the same kind of thing you'd have with like the original Beastmaster Ranger, where it's just like, okay, the enemy throws a fireball, I dodge it, my pet's dead, now I can't do half of the things of my subclass because my pet got killed by an errant spell. I don't know. I just think you should have access to your subclass features all the time, unless it's like a resource that you need to expend, like a Blade Song or a Superiority Die. That makes sense. But if your whole class is based on having this Drake around, I feel like it should just be a thing. Plus, like, I feel like you want to build companionship with this creature, right? If you're, from a roleplay perspective, having him around while you sleep at night to like cuddle with and you know, train with, how to train your dragon. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I am curious. Obviously, please go fill out the survey. Let Wizards of the Coast. You don't have to agree with me. I don't expect you to. But if you do, please go and fill the survey and let them know. But even if you don't, go let WotC know what you like, what you didn't like. If you really liked an aspect of the Drake Warden or an aspect of the Way of Ascended Dragon but didn't love the whole thing, make sure you let them know, because maybe in some form those pieces will make it into the final product if they end up existing in the first place. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.